Welcome back from that break, and this is still Spotlight with Messi on Kaftan Television. I'm being joined by Abdulhamid Musa Abdullahi. He is the Secretary General Coalition of Northern Youth for APC. He joins me visually from Kaduna State. Abdulhamid, if you can hear me, good evening and welcome to the program.
Messi, thanks for having me on your show.
Right. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. It's a pleasure to have you. Let me start by asking, I'm aware that you are aspiring for the position of APC National Youth Leader. And I want to know, could you tell us why you chose to run this race under the APC?
Thank you, Messi. As you initially introduced me, I am the Secretary General of Coalition for Northern Youth for APC. So I have vying for the youth position since last convention. Unfortunately, I was not able to due to some circumstances. Now, I think it's the right time for me to unveil my aspiration. APC Northwest Zone, particularly.
Okay.
Yes. So, we, the youth, are the powerhouse of democracy. We, the youth, are the engine room in every political permutation and combination when it comes to grassroots. That is why I put interest in grassroots politics, because I am grassroots politician, as say. Yes. So, being me in the position, honestly, Messi, I am sharing you that as an aspirant in the Northwest, particularly, that is why I'm trying to focus. That is my zone. I have passion with that region, and I have passion with politics entirely. So we youth, as I told you, that we are the engine room of the politics. Okay. So we bring almost, I think, 60%. If you look at the electoral register, electorate from the recent election, general election 2023, they contributed from the data of INEC about almost 18 to 30 something, 35 to 40%. Unfortunately, there is low turnout of the youth, which contributed during election 27.6, if I'm not mistaken, percent. So there is a significant gap from that within the electoral register from the INEC to towards the election period. So we normally educate youth on how to involve into politics, because I disdain or I distance myself and my associates with youth at the future of tomorrow. No, the future is today. If we didn't contribute today, when are we going to contribute? That is a matter of fact. So we youth on this country, is the right time for us to come all out, to strive for our rights, to strive for our nation. If you can correlate during the 60s to 70s, those leaders, at what age they govern us. So it's high time for us all out to strive for it. Nobody will give you a leadership at your comfort zone. So you have to strive for it. So with the margin of the electoral register electoral voter during from INEC and the during election, the margin is very unfortunate. So there are so many factors involved with that, so we tend to make an outreach on daily occurrence, community outreach, social media platforms, to educate, to discourage people about voter apathy. That is what has been ingrained with us. We have been with that thing, voter apathy. Like I can vividly recall with the answers protest that was 2020. It contributes a lot. Voter apathy, most especially in the southern part. Now, in the northern part of this country, Northwest is a powerhouse of election, where we have 23.8% of electoral voters registered from INEC according to 2023. So now, as I say that, I am focusing on Northwest. We have a big challenges now with the atmosphere is getting heated, it's getting warmer. So we have to encourage, motivate our youth to participate into the arena, into the political landscape. You don't need somebody, Mr. Honorable X, to tell you that this is your future. You have to come all out.
Okay, I want to understand, of all political party and with the current economic crisis and the state of the nation at the moment, under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I am curious to ask why you chose APC as a party. We have about 18 registered political parties. We have the PDP, we have the ADC, we have the YPP, and so on. But I want to understand what your drive is for you to run for this position under the APC. What is the ideology with your own ideology? Does it align together?
Okay. Messi, I told you that as you introduced me earlier, I am the Secretary General of the coalition of Northern Youth for APC. So I had been in APC since 2015. So I have been canvassing, been into the political landscape, political engineering since 2015. So even you are talking about the ideology is even. I don't know where you want to delve in or where are you driving into, but the fact is that APC is still the party. The ruling party is still the party that, as you can see, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has made a lot of challenges right from the inception. Even though it's a long-term hardship with the policies. With that policies are, short-time hardship. With the policies who have long-term progress. So the prognosis of this economic issue is a bit challenging. It's a bit challenging, and it is universal. It's globally. It is not only in Nigeria or Africa. That is what I want to tell you. And APC per se, it's driving democracy and into a stable way.
Okay.
I can attest to you, there are so many countries that made up from 2020 during pandemic, which they cannot came out from that economical carnage. We in Nigeria, as you can see, there are some a bit of improvement. Now we have settled debt, from the IMF. There is a lot of progress, as I can say now.
Okay.
So APC, for me, is a party to pursue my ambition and encourage more youth to be discouraged about all sort of social media shenanigans, and other things like that. you know.
Okay, you called it shenanigans, but some people will call it reality, though. Now let's look at the political wave. We've seen so much heat in the political space recently. We've seen political parties trying so hard, the SDP, the PDP, and so many political parties. We've heard about coalition talks. Now, are you worried about the chances of APC come 2027, especially for you that is an aspirant for the national youth leader under APC?
Pardon? Please come again.
There's been so much political heat in the recent time.
Yes.
Okay, there's been talks with political parties about our coalition and the rest of it. There's so much momentum, and opposition parties are trying the best they can do to see that they unseat the current administration. Now, for you that is running for a position under APC, are you worried about the chances of APC as a political party entirely, and for the fact that you're running for a position under the APC?
Mercy, why should I worry about what? Coalition? Coalition of what? Most especially, okay, I can say that we have two forces, the second and third forces. Yeah, the former vice president, who came second during last general election, and then Peter Obi came third. So those are two forces which anticipation of people, of some people, those positions that they might likely join together to stand against the ruling party in the 2027 general election. But to me, it's not to worry about. It's all about politics. Politics without opposition, it can never be interested.
Okay.
So just look at the permutation they are even. Just look at the permutation they are even. Atiku as came second, 2023. Peter Obi came third. So what do you expect from the Southerners? Peter Obi has a massive vote from the southern part of Nigeria. You understand?
Yes.
Atiku has a vote within the northeast and the northwest. So you have to put them squarely.
Okay.
Atiku Abubakar, yes, in the northwest. As I told you that northwest is most interested region that should be focused when it comes to deciding who to be a president.
Okay.
Yes, one, Atiku will never get Kano State. That is where we have a block board.
So will APC get Kano State?
Yes, it might likely 50-50 or 60-40. NNPP 40, APC 60, because this time around there is a strong hold. I will not mention name, who is going to contest for governorship election. So that candidate
under which political party?
APC. Under APC, that person will check Northwest, not only Kano. So
and you're very certain that he's going to win.
Pardon?
You're very certain that he's going to win.
Definitely.
Okay.
Kano State might likely have 40%, and that is for the NPP, and 60% for the APC. So, seeing that figures, it increased more votes from the northwest Nigeria. So if you look at Sokoto State, Atiku Abubakar won with a sitting governor, that is current senator Aminu Waziri Tambuwal. So he won with just a slight margin, even though it's inconclusive.
But what if at the end of the day Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar comes together? Are you sure APC will make it to the pool?
If Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar meet together, I'm telling you, this coalition will never work.
Okay.
Yes, this coalition will never work.
But what if it works?
How come? How come it will work?
Peter Obi, anything can happen in politics. It's politics.
Peter Obi to deputize Atiku Abubakar? Messi? I'm asking Peter Obi to deputize Atiku Abubakar. Okay, assuming it works, there will be a lot of cannibalization of votes on the southern part. You understand me? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Of course I do.
Thank you very much. So, at the moment, Peter Obi and Atiku met together, is a high chance for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to place this ticket. I'm telling you.
All right.
I'm telling you. Because the obedience will never agree. If you look at the notion of obedient movement,
I understand I understand you're making your analysis, and you feel your political party, of course, have captured some state. But at the end of the day, Nigerians are the one who votes who they want to be governed by. So I think we'll have to leave that for Nigerians come 2027.
Okay.
But then, as the government seeks to revitalize local economies, do you think President Bola Tinubu administration is taking concrete to ensure that grassroots communities receive a fair share of resources and funding?
Thank you very much for that question. That's where I'm interested. Let's see, economy is the vital role to any successful government. Economy, as the president wants to revitalize local economy, is a good stride. It's a good development for Nigeria. Looking with it comes along with the implementation of local government autonomy. So this intertwined with the significant, or let me say, the understanding between local government executive council and the grassroots. If I'm saying talking about grassroots, I mean the main politicians, because that is why political cycle is. That is why the political cycle are going through the grassroots. So in as much as the president wants to revamp, want to augment the function of local economy into our lives, so I think with implementation of local government autonomy, it is a welcome development. It needs a lot of accolade. So grassroots politician, like if I'm trying to mention grassroots, I am defining myself as a grassroots.
Okay.
Because I came from the grassroots. So we know how we are feeling. We know the yearnings of the people, first-hand experience of what the community are feeling. So the ideology is going to be a good one.
Okay.
So grassroots politician will have an avenue to be moving freely in a flexible way to be contributing directly to the community. You understand? So that is what we are hoping. I'm trying to say it everywhere I go, either within the social media. With this local government autonomy, even with this local government autonomy, President Tinubu can clinch ticket in the year 2027. Because that is what we need. Yes, that is what we need. You are touching lives to humanity. You know, before we only had that.
Abdulhamid, since you're in the grassroots politics, talk to me about the implementation of the local government autonomy, because it's been passed into law, but the implementation, we are aware that in Nigeria it's just about law, and we see less of the implementation. So you from the grassroots, you're very, very close to the people, and you're a grassroots politician. Talk to me about the implementation from your own end. How has been the implementation of the local government autonomy?
Honestly, Mercy, I don't know if you want to take me far from this, what I would say.
No, sir, because I just want to get your own perspective from that end as a grassroots politician.
Yes, it's a welcome development, and as you know, currently I think there is a lot of disputes, which or a bit of dispute. I think just recently I had the Supreme Court nearly to get out of it, so able to be fully implemented. So with that, if it is fully implemented, so that is where, as a chairman of Kaduna local government or Ingaspi local government of Kebbi State, I can make a budget that can construct 15 kilometers road, dual road within the community. I can implement a project that worth about 400 million. Agri, we will boost the economy through the agri, through empowering the youth. You know, those are the main facts. Those are the main ideology. You need to improve your economy by empowering the youth through different way. Like I say, agri. Now in the north, we are vast with agri economy. So I'm sorry, I don't want to go into this, but due to insecurity had debilitating some areas, so it has a bit challenges, but northern Nigeria is growing with agri economics, with its agricultural projects. So with the implementation of this local government autonomy, I think so far, since restoration of democracy, or as said, there is no any policy to me that would welcome like this local government autonomy, because you are dealing with directly with the people, with their social amenities, health, infrastructure, and economy. So I think it's a good stride. As I said earlier, we need to give more accolade and applaud the president for this implementation, and hopefully it will be fully implemented in a bit of time, waiting for the verdict of Supreme Court.
All right. I want to get your assessment on this administration, how much it has imparted or empowered the youth, because we can see the growing concern of unemployment. The state of the nation, state of the economy has thrown many youth out of job. So we can literally see that varsities graduates youths year in, year out. But as much as we want to agree that white-collar job is not for everybody, if you assess the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, how would you score him in terms of empowering the youth?
Thank you, Messi. As I said earlier, the president came in to power with challenges.
He told
As
us
you
he was
know,
ready for the job, though.
no, how can you say he's not ready for job? Can't you see an improvement?
No, I said he
We are
said he
seeing,
was ready for the job. So this is something that Nigerians, when you say the president, give him more time, but he said he was ready for the job before now. So
yes, yes. To me, there is a bit of challenges from the fuel subsidy issue. You know, as I said earlier, it's a short-term hardship, but patience and perseverance. The policy is a long-term win-win for us and the next generation.
okay.
So, empowering youth and collar job that you are talking. Messi, are you on Twitter or
I
any
am. I
media?
am.
All right. So how do you rate? How do you bet? I say, how do you rate the kind of people that you had getting NNPC job without any connection? NNPC
Mm.
limited. Yes, FRS custom as 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Those who apply the same thing. Likewise, now they open their portal. So we're hoping that there will be a smooth and transparent with credible of this enrollment
Mm.
for the for those who enroll into the custom and other agencies. So I think the economy, honestly, is shrinking, which is universal.
Okay.
Is global. Is global. You cannot
Mm.
subject it to Africa or Nigerian alone. It is global. That is why I told you that the president is getting it done in a proper way, because as the moment it shrinks, it tried to recuperate it. It tried to revamp it to make it stabilize in a
Mm.
proper way. So it's something that you need to give him a credit for that, because this is not a situation that is peculiar in Nigeria. It's a general issue within
Okay.
Africa and globally and all over the world.
Mm.
You know, just look at Argentina.
Mm.
You know, so Nigeria per se, we are moving. The administration is moving to stabilize the economy day in day out. So it's something to rate it in a good way. Even though expectation, you know, we are all human beings. We need more high expectation from it. But the phenomenon is not ideal with the Nigerian economy alone.
All right. Talk to me about youth inclusivity in politics. It's
Thank you.
been said that some people would believe that the youth are not being carried along when it comes to politics. Why some persons agree that the youth don't seem ready. So to be properly informed, how do you think the youth can be included, carried along when it comes to Nigerian politics? Would you
Thank
say
you,
the youth
Messi.
are not ready or they're not being carried along?
No, there is a gap, honestly, from the lower class to the apex level, the higher class. There's a bit of gap. So that is why involvement of youth into politics is paramount. It, it is an utmost importance
Okay.
for us to involve, no matter how it is. Inclusivity is essential of
Mm.
youth. I can recall before I went to Juma Mosque, I see an update of from the official platform of APC. There is a threshold. There is a room for memorandum.
Okay.
So you see, the ruling party, give room for any person a party member who is trying to give more contribution to the party. So I think it's a welcome development. We, the youth, need to involve ourselves into politics. It's not by, if you don't know this, if you don't know Honorable X, you cannot be, you know. So
well, how possible and how flexible is it when you don't have a godfather?
Yeah, that is why I say there is a bit of gap. There is a bit of gap. You know, youth are the vital organ of democracy. Politics per se, youth are the engine room. So you cannot abandon the youth.
Okay.
As I mentioned, the figures of electorate voter 2023 according to INEC registered, there is a margin with the turnout of the youth. I think is coming from some kind of things that we know or we don't know. Like from my own observation and examination, there is pattern of voter apathy within us. So, which lead of lack of inclusiveness of youth into the governance. You know, you cannot use the youth during as a foot soldiers, and when it comes to governance, then you will ignore them. There is the high risks which lead to voter apathy and which lead to so many internal crises, most especially within a party. So youth must be carried along by all means. As I'm talking to you, me along with my colleagues, associates from the platform of Coalition of Northern Youth for APC, already we have that proposal for youth inclusivity, and yes, we need more slots from the executive level to the legislative level. We need a slot that it is preserved for the youth. So we have to propose for this. You know, it is time for us. It's not about if you don't know, you know, it is time for us to participate.
I'm here. I'm listening. Are you still with us?
Yes, yes, sir. It's time for us to participate into this politics, whether we like it or not, because the picture is today. You don't have to tell a story of Mr. X or Honorable X has been ruling since 1999. He doesn't give a chance. You have to strive for it. So there is about youth inclusiveness. So we are trying to mitigate, to make a proposal and agitate for it, to see that we, the party and the administration,
if you can hear me, Abdulhamid. Okay, but then I want to understand, for you, who has been in the system, how has it been for you? We can understand that there are challenges that could act as a backup. We talk about financial challenges. During the last 2023 election, if you look at the form, and you could imagine, is this something who we say as a youth can afford? So in terms of finance, how has it been for you? Do you think when you compare this, is this something a youth, a Nigerian youth in this economy can actually do? Abdulhamid Abdullahi, if you can hear me, I'm still listening. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back from that break, and I'm still being joined by Abdulhamid Musa Abdullahi. He joins us virtually from Kaduna State, and he's been speaking with us about the youth inclusivity in politics. Abdulhamid, it's glad to have you again, if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I guess we have a network challenge, and just in case you've been watching, Abdulhamid has been speaking with us about youth empowerment, youth inclusivity in politics, and he's been speaking with us from Kaduna State. Our time is fast spent, and this is where we'll have to draw the curtain for today's conversation. Thank you so much for sticking around with us, and keep watching Kaftan Television until we'll come your way some other time. I remember Messi Emily to have yourself a beautiful weekend.